Good morning everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel Leaf Classes. I am Anjali. Today we will be doing the previous year questions for the topic arrays, and I have taken only those questions which are there in your syllabus for the session 2021. Rest questions I have not taken from previous years. Yes, Atul Tejaswi, we will be doing your questions next video. So let us start with the question of year 2010. The question says, write a program to store 6 elements in an array P and 4 elements in an array Q. That means 2 arrays you have to input from the user and produce a third array R containing all the elements of array P and Q. Display the resultant array. Now here you have to input 6 elements in array P, 4 elements in array Q, and the array R, which contains total 10 elements of 6 of P and 4 of Q. Now children, if you see the question, it is not mentioned that which type of array element you have to enter, whether it is string or int or float or char or boolean. But if you see the sample input, if we see the sample input, the array P has the values 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 10 and Q has 19, 23, 7, 8, and array R is from P and Q. So by seeing the sample input, we can make out that array is int type. So always you have to take care of all these points. Sometimes it is very clearly mentioned in the question, otherwise you can make out from the sample input and the output, which is always given in the question. So let us start with this. Since we have to input, so I have used java.util package so that we can use the functions of scanner class. Then I have created the scanner object. Then we have declared 3 arrays, array P, array Q, array R of size 4, 6, 4 and 10 respectively. The size is mentioned in the question. Now how we have to proceed? First we will take one loop to input the array elements of P, then one loop for Q, and then using these 2 arrays we will be storing the array elements in R. So we will take the loop for int I is equals to 0. All of you know that the first index number, the first subscript of the array is 0 and the last subscript is size minus 1. So this loop will start from 0, it will go till 5, and how like that only we will be entering the elements in array P. So the print statement you can give here also, System.out.println, and here you can say enter 6 elements in array P. Now here we will be doing P of I is equals to sc.nextInt. Now children, always you have to take care of the names. Here P is capital, Q is capital, R is capital. So please don't change the array name in the question. If it is mentioned in capital, please do write in capital only. So this loop is here for entering the elements in array P. Then you will take the loop int I is equals to 0, I less than 4. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? Then here we have I++ and here you will input the array elements in array Q sc.nextInt. sc.nextInt is the function to input integer values. Here again you can give a print statement, System.out.println, enter elements in array Q, right? So now we have entered the elements in array P and array Q. Now what we have to do? Now we have to store the elements in array R. Now here I have written the subscript. Array P has the subscript value from 0 to 5, array Q has from 0 to 3 and array 10 has the subscript value from 0 to 9. Now if you see the elements, first 6 elements, that is from subscript 0 to subscript 5, these elements are from array P. This element 4 is of P0, this is P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5, right? So here first 6 elements are from array P and next 4 elements are from array Q. This is Q0. The 0th element of array Q is here. That is the 6th element of array R. Then Q1, Q2, Q3. So let us see how we will do. First, these 6 elements we will take a loop for storing that int I is equals to 0, I less than 6, I plus plus, that means from 0 to 5. So here what we will do are I is equals to Pi, that is R0 equals to P0, R1 equals to P1, like this till P5 will be stored in R5. Now here it is done, this portion is done. Now what we have to do here, we have to take a loop that will execute 4 times. So we can take the loop, the value of I we can take from 6 because till 5 we have stored over here. So we want storing from 6th index number, 6 subscript value, 6 less than 10 or 6 less than equals to 9. After this what you will do, you want to store the array element in R6, R7, R8, R9 like that. So I is giving you 6, 7, 8, 9. That means this subscript we are getting from here. Now for Q, we cannot write here Qi. If I will write Qi, that means Q6 and there is no such element in array Q. So what we have to do, we will write here I minus 6. So the value of I is 6, 6 minus 6 will give you 0. So Q0, the value of Q0 will be stored in R6. Then when I will become 7, R7 will be 7 minus 6, that is Q1. So Q1 value will be stored in R7. Then when it will become 8, 8 minus 6, second subscript value will be stored in R8, similarly in R9. Like this it will be stored. Now as per the question we have to display the resultant array. Array R is the resultant array. So we will be printing the message here System.out.println. You can give the message resultant array or array R, something like this, that makes the user understand that what it is, right? So here again we will take the loop in array R. How many elements are there? 10 elements. And we know that subscript, the first subscript is always 0 and the last subscript of this is 9. So 0 to less than 10 we can take, or 0 to less than equals to 9. And here simply you have to print System.out.println of Ri. That's it. You close your for loop, you close main and then you close class. So children, this is very simple question. Here you have entered the array elements in array P, array Q, stored the array elements in array R. One loop from 0 to 5th index number and then next is from 6 to 9. And then finally we will print the array elements of resultant array, that is array R. And always keep in mind that whenever you are printing the array elements, all the array elements you have to print, the loop has to be used. So I hope it is clear. Now we move on to the next question. The question says, write a program to input 10 integer elements in an array and sort them in descending order using bubble sort technique. Children, this question was asked in year 2013 and year 2019. I am not going to solve this question over here because we already have a separate video on sorting techniques, that is lecture 3 of arrays. The link is given in the description box also. You can check the link and please go through this video. Now whenever the sorting is asked, it can be asked in ascending order or in descending order. So when you are doing sorting in the nested loop where the sorting process takes place, please do take care of less than and greater than symbols. So if the next element is smaller or bigger, how you have to sort, this you have to take care of. So let's begin with the next question. The question from 2017 of arrays is, write a program to input integer elements into an array of size 20. So children, please read the question carefully, which type of array it is, what is the size, and perform the following operations. Here you have to display the largest number, the smallest number of the array, and display the sum of all the elements of the array. Now here, since we have to input the elements, so we will be using import statement. Import java.util.asterisk. Then you take obviously class name, then you will write your main, public static void main, and then we have to declare the array of size 20 integer array. But since we have to input the elements, so input will be done using scanner class functions, and for that first we will be creating the scanner object. Scanner sc equals to new scanner System.in, and declare the array of size 20. The declaration statement says the data type array name equals to new and the size you specify here. Alright. Now we have to input the elements. So I can take the loop for int I equals to 0, I less than 20, I plus plus. Children, whenever you have to input the array elements or display or output all the array elements, always the loop will be used. You cannot use only one statement to input all the array elements. So as per the size of the array, we have to take the loop for entering. AI is equals to sc dot next int. Next int is the function to input integer value, and here we are entering in integer array. Now here what you will do, you have to calculate the largest, smallest and the sum of all the elements. So as we are entering the elements, I have entered one element, I can store that in one variable. Next element I can add that to this. Suppose let us take the example, say first element I have entered 5. I can write s equals to s plus 5, and then when I have entered, say next number is 7. So in this only I will be you will be adding like this. So anytime you are entering a number, store that in, update your s variable, sum variable with that number. Keep on adding that. So as we are entering, we can write s equals to s plus a of I. Alright, and before this we can take a variable s equals to 0. You know that 0 is additive identity. If in any variable you want to store the addition result, you have to initialize it by 0. And two more things what we have to do is largest and the smallest number. So for largest I can take L, and for smallest I can take G variable, or any variable of your choice you can take. Now here, once we have entered all the array elements, we don't know, maybe all array elements are negative, maybe all are 0, maybe all are positive, any number it can be, right? So we will assume that the first number the user has entered is the highest also, and it is the lowest also. And when you are reading the next element onwards, then every time you will compare whether the next element is more than the largest, then change the largest value. If it is smaller, then change the smallest value. Let us take the example. Suppose the numbers entered in the array are 15, 12, 1, 25, 30, like this it is. So in the beginning we will assume that 15 is the highest also and 15 is the smallest. Say for largest is 15 and smallest is also 15, and from here every time you will check the next number, compare it. If 12 is more than 15, no. So largest will remain 15, 12 is smallest than 15, then we will make the value of small variable to 12. Next is 1. Is 1 more than 15? No. It will remain 15. 1 is less than 12? Yes. Now the new smallest value is 1. Similarly, 25 is more than 15? Yes. Now big smallest, the new largest value is 25. Then 30 is more than largest? Yes. So in the end, what we are getting from this list, 30 is the highest and 1 is the smallest value. So I can take the variable name L and SM here because S already I have taken for some value. Now what we can do, L is equals to A of 0. The first element is stored at 0th subscript and the smallest also you will say A0, right? Now after this, once you have done this, what you will do, you will compare it, and how that comparison will take place. 0th subscript value already we have kept, and then the comparison will be from first. So you will take the loop for int I is equals to 1, I less than 20 from first till last number, right? Now here you will take I plus plus, and every time you will compare if A of I, that means A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, like that. If this is greater than L, your L will become AI, and if A of I is smaller than SM, then your SM variable will change to AI. So like this we will be repeating the entire process, and after completion of this loop we will be printing these three things. So here you will write print statement System.out.println the largest number is equals to plus N. Similarly, for smallest also one print statement System.out.println the smallest number equals to plus SM, and the sum also we have calculated System.out.println the sum of array elements equals to S. So what is asked, we have displayed all that, and since the largest is 1, smallest is 1, and sum is also 1, so that will not be within the loop. So children, again I am just reminding you, whatever you want to repeat again and again, that should be inside the loop. Whatever you want to display only once should always be outside the loop. I hope this program is clear to you, and now we move to the next question. This question is of year 2018. And the question says, write a program to accept name and total marks of n number of students in two single subscript arrays, name and total marks. Two arrays are there, name and total marks. And you have to calculate and print the following, that is the average of the total marks obtained by n number of students and the deviation of each student's total marks with the average. The formula is given for average as well as deviation. Children, although string arrays are not there for your syllabus for the session 2021, but I have taken this question because in this question you don't have string manipulation, only the integer array is taken into account for calculation. So let's start with the program. Here I have taken the number of students in n. See here, for n number of students, that means we cannot declare the array before entering the value of n. N can be 10, it can be 20, it can be 50. So first we have to input the value of n, and see here I have taken capital N as variable because it is mentioned capital N in the question. So if any variable name is mentioned in the question, please don't change the variable name. And you have to then declare two arrays, one of name of size n and one total marks of size n. Here also array name is given name and total marks, so please don't change the variable names. Then sum equals to 0 because I have to find the sum to calculate the average. So we will take one variable and initialize it by 0. Sum of integers will give you integer. So I have taken one variable, sum equals to 0, and initialize it by 0. Now here we will take the loop from 0 to less than n, and you will input the name and total marks. Name 0, name total marks 0, name 1, total marks 1. So for each child, for n number of students, you have to input their name and the total marks. And as we are entering the total marks, we are adding total marks to this sum variable, like in previous question also we did. As soon as we are entering, we are updating our sum variable by adding that to the sum variable, right? Now we have to calculate the average. The formula is given, average equals to sum of total marks divided by n. So here division is there, that means the answer can come in points. So for average, we will be taking the variable as double type. Double average is equals to sum. Here I have taken sum variable slash n. Alright. Now we have calculated the average also. Now the second thing what we have to do is deviation of each student's total marks with the average. You are finding the average. Now the deviation. Deviation means the difference. Average से कितना कम है, कितना ज़्यादा है, that is the deviation. The formula is written here, total marks of the child minus the average marks. Suppose the average marks of the class are 70, right? And the child has got 90. So 90 minus 70, he is plus 20 in deviation. He has got 20 marks more than the class average. If the child has got suppose 60 marks, that means 60 minus 70, that means minus 10. He is getting 10 marks less than the class average. So this deviation has to be calculated for all n number of students. So we have to take the loop. Previously also I told you, whatever we want to repeat again and again, we have to take the loop for that. So for here, for calculation of deviation, you will be taking the loop int I equals to 0, always 0. The loop will begin from 0 in case of arrays, and I less than n I plus plus, and here we can write deviation, double deviation is equals to total marks. Now this total marks is not a normal int variable. What is this? Is integer array. So here we have to take the subscript with this total marks I. So first time it will be for 0th index number, total marks 0, then total marks 1, total marks 2, like this it will be, minus average. Average we have already calculated. So in deviation variable you are getting total marks minus average. So whatever is the result calculated over here, we have to display that. So it will be System.out.println, and you print the deviation is plus deviation variable only we have stored, and you close this loop, and we have printed the deviation. Now you have to print the average also. So average can be printed here or here also. Even I can write the statement System.out.println, the average marks are plus average, right? So average is 1, so we have not given this within the loop, and then deviation for so many children, so it is in the loop. You close this loop, you close main, and then you close the class. Now children, few of you were asking that how to write a variable description table for arrays. For here you have sum is int, then you have average is double, all that you can write. Only for arrays I would like to tell you, then array name, suppose it is here name, and here you will write string array, and the purpose is to input the names of n number of students. Similarly, for total marks also, total marks is again array. So which type of array is int array, integer array it is, and here you can write to input the total marks of n number of students. So don't worry about the variable description table. For which purpose you have taken that variable, what is the type of that variable, you will write like that only. For 2019, already I told you that bubble sorting program was there, and in year 2020, the computer application paper was not conducted because of pandemic. So we don't have the question paper, so I am not taking any question from that year. And the rest of the years also, for which I have not taken the question, the questions are either from selection sorting or binary search. And since that is not there in the syllabus, so I have not taken up those questions in this video. I hope this video will be helpful for preparing arrays topic. We have covered all the questions which are there in your syllabus from year 2010 to year 2019. All the questions which we have done today are there in the PDF. The link is given in the description box. You can download and solve those questions. Any problem, you can again watch the video, and again if you find any problem, please do comment in the comment section. In the upcoming videos, we will be doing more previous year questions on different topics of section B. Those who haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you get notifications for all the videos and no important topic is missed by you. You can join us on our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Keep practicing, keep doing the programs, keep working hard. God bless you, children.